Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, I read something earlier, man, and I always get between. I had stuff to do, you know what I mean? And I was like, I'm not going to do a video on that. I'm hoping by the time I get back, things might have changed. Now, I'm going to be honest. I haven't looked at anything. I haven't looked at no videos, read nothing, right? But let's go up to the heavyweight division, right? We were talking about March Madness. We had a great month of heavyweight boxing. Heavyweight's booming. Heavyweight is booming. The madness continues. And I'm talking about literally this time. Listen to this, guys. The WBA has ordered Alexander Povetkin versus Anthony Joshua. Because Povetkin is the mandatory, so they've ordered it. They got 30 days to negotiate. They better have that fight. I forget what it was, 180 or 160 days. I'm not sure. But they better have that fight soon. Or else then, Anthony Joshua gets stripped. And then you read that and you're like, man, I ain't got no time for that. That's really, I don't know who would like to hear something like that. Who is not outraged by hearing something like that, right? First of all, if I was a WBA president, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the other day he just said, don't worry about it, everybody. Unification is more important than mandatory. So let's just hope that everyone has that memo. Unification, which means Anthony Joshua could still fight Deontay Wilder. Just to get straight to the point, he can still do that. But the WBA making Alexander Povetkin the mandatory and acting like, and Povetkin and them have already said, we want to get in the way of that Wilder fight. We want to get in the way. And this is where I've been going with lately, talking about Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, Golovkin to a lesser extent. When you start letting people be entitled, right? Like Canelo and those guys having his own weight division, Anthony Joshua fighting in stadiums. No one is worthy of fighting him. No one on this planet will get 50-50 with Anthony Joshua in a few months, right? When you start, these people hear what you're saying about them. They hear what you're writing in comment sections, that they don't have to fight anybody and they can have an easy touch. And they hear it. That's why they put the names out there to see what the demand is, what people are saying. And you guys are saying, right, these things, and now they don't have to fight. Alexander Povetkin was just doped twice versus Deontay Wilder and Bermane Stiverne. Two different substances, right? Meldonium, then Ostarine. How on earth is he able to want to get in the way of Deontay Wilder doing anything? Right? Because it could have been a long time ago if it wasn't for you. This is why there's no remorse, and they feel entitled. His promoter, Ryabinski, has a lot of money. They will get in the way of that fight. And it's almost impossible to do if you're a normal person. Because you would be like, wait a minute. We were the cause for a lot of stuff. We're not going to get in the way of Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder for the good of boxing. We will not do that. Now, with a mandatory, we'll handle our business after that. But we're not going to get in the way of that. I don't understand how they even could do that. But this is what I'm saying. Once people get entitled, he didn't have to really pay for his transgressions. Canelo won't either. Once you get so big, then people don't care what you do wrong. I told you people wanted Mayweather to fight Pacquiao even though he wouldn't take a dope test. Got mad at Mayweather. These things like that. And then people get mad at you for mentioning it. Did a video the other day telling you why Deontay Wilder is not famous. People writing back like, brothers play the race card. First of all, everybody, ain't no brother playing no race card. We don't play. It's not no game. So use another word. Ain't nobody playing when we say this. We go through this every day. And somebody got the nerve because they don't have any empathy to tell you playing the race card. And then mention names like Serena Williams. Well, whoever you want, Serena Williams. Let's stop right there. Serena Williams, right? She's won more Grand Slams than anybody else. You probably don't even know that. You just mentioned her name because she's famous. She's famous because she wins all the damn time. That's why. 23 Grand Slams. Next is 22, and that's Steffi Graf, right? Steffi Graf, the last 8 of them, you got to have an asterisk next to those. Why? Because Monica Seles, my favorite tennis player of all time, who's not black, from Yugoslavia, by the way, her right? She got stabbed on a tennis court by a German named Gunther Posch in Hamburg, Germany, right? And she couldn't play no more. She was mentally not fit to play anymore, right? They did not want to freeze her points. All of the top 10 players at the time, right, except Gabriella Sabatini, by the way, didn't want to freeze her points. She'd get stabbed on the court. 17-year-old, 18-year-old little baby almost, right? So Steffi Graf's last eight Grand Slams got an asterisk next to him as far as I'm concerned, right? But don't nobody care about what I think. But I'm just saying. So Serena Williams has been through a whole lot, right? Serena Williams had to boycott the tournament in Indian Wells. That's California, where it's not so racist, right? 10 years, her and her sister couldn't go there. And you Google why, right? And you find out somebody's playing the race card, right? Playing. Let me give you another stat, since you brought up Serena Williams, right? Serena Williams has beat Maria Sharapova 17 consecutive times. I don't even know if Sharapova has gotten a set. And Sharapova makes way more sponsorship money than Serena Williams, and even on American soil. Now you explain that, right? You explain that. A woman that's obviously can't even hang, and not even in the same ballpark as Serena Williams, making more sponsorship money. You shouldn't be mentioning no name. Listen, don't talk to me like that. I am not 20 years old. I've had a few decades here, and this is experience. Then you mention LeBron James, right? It's a basketball. It ain't nothing but brothers. You're going to have to like a few brothers, but it's basketball. But let me give you another stat about LeBron James, since you brought him up. His home in L.A., right, was vandalized with a big old N-word on it. That's LeBron James. So, you want any other names? And then all you guys talking about, well, Mike Tyson was famous. No, he wasn't. They didn't like him either. You just got all the antics outside of the ring. Evander Holyfield, that's a pretty good one, right? And then you say, well, I heard people talking about, it's a few famous guys before and this and that, what about Sugar Ray Leonard? Yeah, it's a few, not many. And they weren't really that famous, and you probably don't want to hear their story, right? When no brothers are playing the race card. It is what it is, and it exists, and we have to go through it all of the time. And the boxers right now are going through it 24/7, right? 24/7. And I'm going to give you one more example before we get out here, because I don't want to even talk about that. But I dare somebody talking about playing the race card. So ain't nobody playing around here. So you got four guys. Let's put them in there. Deontay Wilder, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, right? Because people don't like neither one of them. And they hide behind, well, they don't know how to act when you're talking about Floyd Mayweather or Deontay Wilder. They don't know how to act. But did Tyson know how to act? Tyson said worse things than him. So don't, you guys be consistent. They don't know how to act. So that's probably why you don't like Floyd Mayweather, because he didn't know how to act, right? So what is your excuse about Andre Ward? What is your excuse about Andre Ward? How could we not like Andre Ward? Family man, God-fearing man, doesn't say anything negative about anybody, stands above all this stuff and doesn't let it touch him or bother him. You don't like him either. I don't like his boxing style. I like knockouts, like Golovkin. Then you should like Deontay Wilder then, if you like knockouts. Don't like him neither. So, if you like a well-rounded fighter, then you would like Terrence Crawford, but you don't like him either. So my point is, I know that people don't like all four of those boxers. And if you don't like all four of those boxers, trust me, it's an ism. Because all four of them are different. The only thing they have in common is their color, right? And they don't act like that's not true. So, let me clear that up. But back to Povetkin, where we started at. Povetkin has the gall to really want to get in the way of Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. What the hell do you think about that? Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.